Rolling out software with Chocolatey is a quick and efficient way to set up hundreds of machines, but when you want to install software using your custom configurations, you'll need a way to store the private packages you create while still being able to leverage automation with Chocolatey. Creating a private registry for your custom Chocolatey packages allows you to easily distribute software with your custom configs, and it's actually something recommended by Chocolatey themselves. Hi, I'm Ty from Inedo, and today I'm going to run through a demo of creating and pushing Chocolatey packages to a private ProGet repository. And today we're going to cover the following: creating a private feed for your Chocolatey packages, creating a custom Chocolatey package via the CLI, and pushing your created Chocolatey packages to your private feed. We've already talked about Chocolatey in our last video, which focused on internalizing packages, where we explained how to reliably install packages across hundreds of machines at once, and that's going to be linked in the description below. But keeping third-party package resource files available isn't the only reason you might want to create a custom Chocolatey package. From creating frozen versions to prevent automatic software updates that break your team's workflows, to injecting license keys automatically during installations, there's numerous reasons that organizations might want to create a custom Chocolatey package, one that gives them more control over their installations than the default packages you'll find stored on the public Chocolatey repository. A more concrete example could be something like, let's think about a company, for example, Bibble Labs, a data research firm, who might be facing these problems, trying to install software, something like Adobe Acrobat, so all their employees can easily read, print, add comments to their research report PDFs. Since they're going to have hundreds of machines and many teams, they want to automate this process with Chocolatey to save time, but they also need to be able to install Acrobat with their configuration settings, disabling JavaScript, which has been documented to enable malicious attacks such as data theft through Acrobat. Bibble Labs need a custom solution as soon as possible, so they're going to create a custom Chocolatey package to install Acrobat with their config settings and set up a private registry to store it, along with their other custom packages. They also need to test that their custom Chocolatey packages can be successfully pushed to their private repository, and they'll be using ProGet to create their private repo. So let's jump into our demo and see how it's done. So since we're creating a new private Chocolatey repository, ProGet is currently empty, with no feeds created and no Chocolatey packages uploaded. We'll create a private Chocolatey feed like this, and since Bibble Labs is using it for private packages, we don't actually need to create a connector, but that's always an option if you still need to proxy your packages. Anyways, our internal Chocolatey feed is created, and we're going to stick with that for this demo. We need to test the feed though, so we're going to push a Chocolatey package to it. We're going to create a custom Chocolatey package to install Acrobat with our config settings in the CLI. So in PowerShell, we can simply run choco new, and our package name, let's call it Bibble Acrobat. And now we've got our Chocolatey package files automatically created. So let me show you with our new spec file here and our installer files here. So what I'm going to do now is open the new spec file and just copy paste in some text that a company like Bibble Labs would probably be using in this kind of situation. And then I'm going to save that. Right, now next I'm going to open our installer file, this Chocolatey install PS1 file here. And I'm going to copy in text for our custom package config here. And in this file towards the bottom, you can see commands to disable JavaScript in these installs of Acrobat. You can also see the URLs for installing the resource files for the Adobe Acrobat software, and you can get these from Chocolatey. And here's another command just to perform a silent install, included in the Chocolatey version by default, but I've added it here for our custom package. So yeah, now what I'm going to do is save this as well. And now that everything's set, I can run chocopack to create our package. So I'll quickly head to this directory, then run it. And yeah, so here's our custom Chocolatey package. this new package here, which we can use to install Acrobat with our custom configuration set. So while I'm here, I'll copy the path to the package and copy it into Notepad because I'm going to need this for when it gets pushed later. So to authenticate to our ProGet Chocolatey feed so that we can upload and download custom packages, we're going to need an API key. So in ProGet, we'll go to Settings and API Keys. And it's going to be as simple as filling out these fields for your custom API key like this. So here we're going to be creating a feed level API key. And then I'll name it. And I'll also give it a quick description. And just make sure to check the view, download, and add repackage options. Now I'll create our API key. And I'm gonna copy it to my Notepad for when I use it in a second. So now privatizing our custom Chocolatey package is as easy as pushing it to ProGet. So back in PowerShell, we can use the choco push command. Along with the path to our new package, which is in my Notepad, our package source, which I can just grab the URL for my ProGet feed like this, in this top corner here. And finally, the API key, which we created like this. And we saved that earlier. Right, and yeah, now I'll just push the package to ProGet. Okay, and in ProGet, if I refresh, you can see that the package has successfully been uploaded just like we wanted. So now our custom Chocolatey package is in our private repository, ready to be downloaded to all other PCs in the organization via automation, which makes it easy to distribute the software we need while using our configuration settings. To recap, it was as simple as creating our private Chocolatey feed in ProGet, creating our custom Chocolatey package with our configs, creating an API key for authentication, and pushing our custom package to ProGet. And yeah, make sure to check out our previous video on how to internalize third-party packages to make sure you can keep your Chocolatey packages and resources always available and secure. So anyways, that's going to be it for this demo. And I really hope you found it helpful to see how ProGet can act as a private repository for your custom Chocolatey packages.